Hi, greetings! This is our group's video game presentation based on topic of protozoan and worms infection. Protozoa are single-cell organisms that come in many different shapes and sizes, while parasites are organisms which live in or on another organism. Before we start, let me explain briefly about this game. This game known as Mount Cycling, the player needs to answer all questions correctly to get enough energy to reach the end. Each of the questions must be answered within 15 seconds. For question 1, fish disease are the result of interaction between fish genetic, environment and dirty water, or pathogen fish and stressful environment, or pathogen fish and peaceful environment, or water quality, air humidity and human. So the answer is pathogen fish and stressful environment. This is because many of the diseases that are known to occur in fish are the result of stress, pathogen and fish, which is failure to quarantine any new or sick fish to avoid spread of disease.
Characteristic of protozoa. Number 1. No intermediate host is required for parasite to reproduce. Number 2. Easiest to identify and easiest to control. Number 3. All of above. Number 4. Single-cell organism. So the answer is all of above. It is because protozoa are single-cell organisms. They come in many different shapes and sizes. They live in a wide variety of nice habitats, including freshwater, marine environment, and the soil. Feature Futurious multiphyllis known as number 1. Exophilia, number 2. Spore spot, number 3. White spot disease, and number 4. Photomorph. So the answer is white spot disease. It is called as white spot disease because visible as a white spot on the surface of the fish skin due to its internal microhabitat.
Question 4. All below are treatment of celiac protozoan infection except 1. Copper permanganate, 2. Potassium permanganate, 3. Copper sulfate, and 4. Formalin. The answer is copper permanganate. This is because copper permanganate are not used for fish treatment. Copper can be toxic to some sensitive fish species and is highly toxic to many invertebrate species. Question 5. What species in marine fish Microsporidia usually infect? The answer is Glugia stephani. This is because the species in marine fish that Microsporidia usually infect are Glugia stephani and Pleistophoria procanthensis.
Criteria of phylum Platyhelminthes. 1. Have special organs of locomotion. 2. Group of largely ectoparasitic. 3. Dorsoventrally flatted worms. And 4 is live inside the fish gills. The answer is dorsoventrally flatted. This is because Platyhelminthes mean flatty is flat and helminth is worm, or simply called flatworm. It also bilaterally symmetrical worms. Next question. 3 common nematodes affecting fish are. The answer is number 1. This is because out of the 4 answer choices, only for the number 1 is the nematode which spelled correctly.
Question 8. Gnatostomes have a complex life cycle that require 3 host aspects. The answer are human internal body systems. This is because Gnatostomes did not acquire human internal body system to have a complex life cycle. In conclusion, we can learn and know more about protozoa and worms from this game. Most of the commonly encountered fish parasites are protozoans. These protozoan parasites produce similar symptoms to it, such as lumps on the body or the actual worm protruding from the fish anus.